Yeah, I don't think it is. She goes, isn't it ironic? All you wanna do is smoke chronic, which makes me think it's not that old.
Yeah.
But it's very that's my jam at the minute. So I sit in planes listening to that.
Where, where's Ollie? Where's Ollie? Where's Ollie? Dip Sam. Where is Ollie? Where is Ollie? Ollie. There he is. Ollie.
I think we're good. All right, man. We're back.
We are back, dude.
Back in the game.
We got a new theme tune from my man Stuart White, who's definitely changed his DJ name because he's got back into it, and I can't find it on my emails.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
All right. Should we drop this theme tune on these fools?
Yeah, oh, please.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it.
Are you dropping it or am I?
You are.
Oh, shit. See, we're carrying on with the theme that we've previously created. You ready?
A mess, yeah.
Oh, mate, I can't even do it now. I don't even know where it's gone.
Okay.
Job's fucked. 3 seconds into the new podcast and it's already...
I can drop it now if you want, just down the microphone.
Yeah, do it, dude. I want to hear it, yeah. Do you know what's brilliant, dude? Is I'm in exactly the same spot. I'm at home.
The big reveal.
I mean? Yeah. Oh, we should get this out of the way because we've already talked about it. But yes, I have scabs on my face.
Yes.
Yeah, on my chin and on my nose.
And they're not scurvy. It's not anything autoimmune. It's just a classic.
I keep telling people
crash.
It's not scurvy. It's nothing to do with COVID-19 because this podcast is nothing to do with that anymore.
Don't even have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to do with crashing on my face. And I'll tell you why. Because cycling.
Yeah. Just a standard game of It's a Knockout without Keith Chegwin, which...
Not good, is it? Look at that bit as well. That's particularly rank.
Yeah, it's pussing pretty bad.
Yeah,
For all the YouTube viewers, you can zoom right in on that thing.
Yeah, you can zoom right in.
Right in. You've done well to just... I don't know.
Mate, I've got nothing on my arms.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've literally took it like a champ to the face.
Yeah, that's actually a bit swollen, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, just took it on a chin, quite literally.
Yeah.
Took it on the chin.
So starting this episode off with a crash, a screwed up intro. Dude, we're back. We're ready to go.
We are back. We're back. How have you been?
Good, mate.
Obviously I talk to you, but we got to talk to each other. Like whilst the podcast is going on.
Yeah, like we don't talk to each other. Yeah, good, man. Honestly, not a lot's changed for me. In terms of, I know you've been gallivanting around the world like Christopher Columbus while everyone else is still in lockdown, but for me, not a lot's changed, man. It's strange still. Don't really want to talk about COVID-19 too much, but yeah, my literally, dude, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm at home every day. I've been out to see one customer since we did the last lockdown episode. So since February, I've visited one shop and done my actual, in theory, normal job. And it was a bit strange, to be honest. It was kind of nice because he's more of a friend than a customer. So I headed over before the shop opened, and just had a coffee and some cake and stuff. Which is basically me doing my job. It's quite nice when you say it like that. But yeah, just had like coffee and cake and caught up. But they're still in the same position as a bike shop, not letting anyone in. You have to sort of go through a serving hatch almost. So yeah, honestly, dude, like not a lot's changed.
because how far off? I know we're not talking about it, and we're still not talking about it. But how far off being back in lockdown are you? Like in miles? Because there's areas up north that are back in lockdown.
Yeah, there are. Not far either, man. I reckon. So Leicester went into some form of lockdown, which is probably 30 to 40 miles away from me. And then Greater Manchester too, which is literally over the hill pretty much. So 30 miles again, probably that way, opposite direction. So, and then apparently we've had loads of, scares and stuff locally and whatnot. So, yeah.
So for the time being, the lockdown companion isn't firing back up, but it could do.
It could. For some people, this is another episode of the lockdown companion because you're in lockdown and we're doing this again. So we could geotag them.
Yeah.
So it's all like geotagged and stuff. That'd be cool. Certain places in Australia back in. New Zealand went back in. Didn't they? So...
Isn't it mad? I tell you what, so like you say, I have been gallivanting.
I love that word, gallivanting.
I've been gallivanting hard and deep. And like... It's weird, dude. It's weird because it's like the whole time you're checking your phone and there's like rumours going around that you're gonna have to quarantine and this and that on
yeah, I've seen that with France because France have pretty much said that you have to quarantine either way now, I think. And there's pretty much everyone's in Morzine at the moment, right? Because it's that time of year where everyone heads to Morzine, and it's French nationals and stuff and like a few of my friends are meant to go to Morzine tomorrow when we're recording this, which would be Tuesday the 18th, I guess. And they're not going because it's just too much hassle when you get back having to do the quarantine thing.
Yeah.
And the way they police it apparently is they call you, and if you don't answer the phone in X amount of time, this might be total bullshit, probably making this up. You get fined.
They cut your hands off.
Yeah, they cut your hands off. So yeah, they call you, and if you don't answer your phone, you get fined.
That seems insane, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but that's what my buddy just said. He lives in Morzine, and he was saying that that's what they do. They call you, and if you don't answer, you get fined.
Goodness.
Have you heard that?
So I went to France, and I just beat it. No, I haven't heard. No, I haven't, if I'm honest. But I heard you get put on... Well, this sounds so stupid, doesn't it? I heard this. I heard that. I just heard you get put on the list, and they could do a visit check. But It's like, they're not gonna, are they? But
probably not. No.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I came back from France before the, thankfully, before the quarantine thing came in.
Yeah.
But I've heard terrible stories. So one of them was, the Eurotunnel obviously starts, I think, in Belgium. I think the Eurostar or whatever the train.
Right. Starts in Belgium.
The train, or starts in London, depends on where you start. But
London,
basically,
does it? This isn't the Channel Tunnel. Different train. Totally different train.
Yeah, don't worry. There's not another entrance in London. Yeah.
I know, mate. I don't know that
one. So someone that I know through a friend, or I actually don't know who it is. I'm just repeating a story. But anyway, it's an interesting story. So they were in France, and they heard they had until 12 to get home.
Really?
Otherwise, they'd have to do two weeks quarantine. So, they cut their trip short by like a couple of days. Quickly rushed to the train, got on the train, and they got back before 12. However, upon arrival, they were told they needed to go into quarantine because the train started in Belgium, which is in lockdown or something.
Really?
Yeah.
And then,
because if you it makes it completely pointless if you get on a train full of people from a lockdown area. Yeah, obviously, totally.
That's a risk.
So scientifically, I understand it, but man, how pissed would you be if you cut your trip short and then you still had to sit at home twiddling your thumbs?
Yeah, mate, it's still such a strange environment to live in. It's a strange
Pretty
world,
weird,
man.
Yeah.
It is strange. But yeah, that's COVID covered, I guess. But it's almost, it's impossible not to talk about it because it is the only thing that most people are thinking about and doing, right?
Yeah, dude.
It's so difficult to have a conversation without it.
I know, right? And it also, I guess it's kind of interesting because, given the choice, I would not travel, but it's not like I'm picking. Oh, this is the time where I want to go away and enjoy myself. It's like these are just trips that have happened for work.
It's work, yeah.
Very loosely, but it is work. But So it is quite interesting seeing how everywhere's different. So like I went to the south of France, and honestly, it wasn't. They didn't seem to really care too much. You had to wear a stupid mask when you go in a shop. You had to. But you see people on the beach. Like I was on the in the south of France, going along the coast, and you see people on the beach. It's like packed. It's just like normal.
Really, yeah, and they don't have to wear a mask.
Oh yeah,
they're out in public. And...
Oh, they're all just Well, in France, they're not wearing anything. There's tits everywhere. But like, it didn't seem very pandemic-y.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. But then again, you go somewhere else and it's very pandemic-y, and everyone's, Yeah.
So I have another example. Because after this, I went to Scotland. And Scotland is still very much. It's still way more pandemic-y, still way more creepy, and like not all of the businesses are opened up, and everyone's a bit weird still.
Yeah.
So that's really weird to me.
And what was the vibe? Why was it so different? Was people what like just because the shops were closed and it was a bit more eerie on the streets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was pissing it down with rain as well, so that doesn't.
Yeah. Well, Scotland.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Loads of stores were closed, and it was just much. You can tell when like with the funny masks, you can kind of it makes a weirdness, doesn't it? And you can tell people are like in France, I feel like people are like, oh, for fuck's sake, put on a stupid mask, and in Scotland, people are like, I better have my mask on.
Yeah.
That's like my measure of intensity.
The mask thing's come in as well since we did the last episodes, I think. Because the masks are a strange thing, dude. The masks are a very strange thing because you can't see facial expressions, which is a huge, huge problem because you don't know if someone's smiling or laughing or angry. You just see eyes. And mask sort of fashions become a thing. People are buying cool masks. Have you got a cool mask?
I've got a cool mask. I've got a TLD mask. I should really have it on.
Yeah, that would be great. Muffled. Sound like Kenny off South Park. Isn't it?
I always think it like when you're communicating with someone, so much is about like tiny little things you pick up in their facial expressions, isn't it?
Definitely.
So you can say like I could cover my face and I could be like, Davey, you're a prick.
Yeah.
Or I can go like this, Davey, you're a prick.
Yeah, totally.
You
like, take it totally different ways. Yeah. No, you're right, man. You're right, and I think it's obviously really, really. Sort of scary for kids and stuff that are just learning these things. That there's been loads of problems already, man. Like with kids that have been indoors for 6 months or something that haven't been to see a relative, and then when they see them, they only see a quarter of the face. It's mental. So I guess the more we stay disciplined, the quicker we can get out of this thing and we can get back to some form of normality, I guess. But I don't know. It's almost scary too because you never know when this is going to end. And
it's dreary, isn't it? It's really dreary.
Yeah. And it's just carrying on.
And also, I kind of can't see an end too much at the minute, which sounds really a real bummer and a crap way to start a podcast. But...
I went to, I told you the other day, but I went up to the local sandwich shop, which I never go to because I can make a sandwich. Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
You can do that.
I can do that quite easily. So I rarely go to places like that. But I went and I got outside the shop. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my mask. So I looked in the store. Everyone in the shop was wearing a mask. So I was like, I don't want to be that guy that walks in just like breathing on everyone because who wants to be breathed on? So I went next door to the pharmacy and I bought 3 masks because you have to buy a pack of 3. So already my sandwich is £3 and I've not even paid for it yet or ordered it. So already I've spent £3. Pissed me off a little bit, to be honest. Northern, bit tight. So then I went into the shop. I went next door to the shop, and then by this point the shop's empty. And I made a bit of a joke about it with my mask on. I'm like, I just had to buy this next door because I didn't want to come in without a mask. And this old woman just goes, "Oh, it don't matter, love. You could have come in anyway." And I was like, "What was the point? Like, what? Do you know what I mean? What was the point? Why have the sign on the door then saying?" Only allowed in basically if you're wearing a mask. Like, why are we bothering?
I can't help thinking that the masks aren't necessarily actually to stop the spread and are more about a reminder that we shouldn't go kissing each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like the mask just creates weirdness and you forever are thinking about this annoying thing.
Yeah.
Whereas as soon as you remove masks, it's all sunshine and lollipops, isn't it? You're not really thinking about it anymore. You're like,
yeah. You seen the stories of the kids that are putting like grey wigs on and getting served alcohol and stuff because they look like grannies?
No.
Yeah, classic, dude. Yeah, mask on, grey wig, boom, skirt or whatever. Just dress up and just go for it.
I'll have a tequila, please. I'll have a tequila, please.
Just in Tesco getting served.
That's so good.
It's good, isn't it? It's classic.
Yeah, that is good. It is weird though, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all of it is very weird still. And still we're talking about it.
Yeah, anyway. Actually, let's get off.
Yeah, but you can barely avoid it. I
know. It is weird. But thoughts to anyone out there who's still in lockdown after all this time, where we've done a series, had a break, and come back with a new one, and you guys are probably still sat there.
Are there people still in, like, from the original one?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what countries.
Should we have a look? I could just do a quick Google for longest lockdown country, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Longest.
Hey, am I like?
I don't know if you're a co-host anymore, Ollie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if I'm like before, obviously as a co-host, I was thinking it was sort of like 80-20. You know, I was 20% in there. I was 20% in there, but now I feel like I must be reaching the sort of 40%. Host.
I think it's got to be. It's very close to 45-50%.
Dude, thanks so much. I'm all right. Cool. I'll start making a bit more effort.
This is more of a team effort. This one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turns out finding out this fact is really confusing. Because
finding it out?
Yeah, because there's loads of graphs and stuff, and I don't react well to graphs.
No.
My brain just does that thing where it goes, nah.
Nope.
Don't study that, mate. Just leave it.
Yeah, who knows? People, it's affecting people for sure. Still a very current issue, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is, mate. It's very current. Very current. So this series, the people spoke, man. The people spoke. The people wanted something else.
The people.
It's quite funny actually, because I put a thing out on the Instagram stories like, right, what do you want? What do you want to hear more of? And everyone was just like, nothing, just talk shit. It's like, okay.
Okie dokie.
Can do that.
Right up after the break.
That's fine. You want some bad facts and funny
like
stories?
Unresearched facts. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And
man.
Coming right up. But I guess initially the premise was that for this show is to sort of follow you around on your professional athlete journey and talk about where you go and what you do and
catch up in different locations. I mean, we could have done it in one of the locations, but I just happened to be home for like 3 days, so it sort of made sense. And we got a nice backdrop, haven't we?
I love it. You did a bit of work on a backdrop, like you said. So exactly, what did you do? You moved that bottle of stands to the left a little bit, mate.
Yeah, moved the stands, and then we've got the tyre is currently hanging on that box.
Plug for Goodyear. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of effort's gone in really in the time off we've had. Yeah. The new studio.
Oh, but yeah, same, mate. I've not really moved anything, to be honest. I've just been sat here every day. So yeah. Shouldn't have to. Nah.
Have you got ideas for like new segments and stuff?
I've got 2 segments so far, but we
shouldn't.
I wanted to put
do one next? Yeah, or not? Is it too early?
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I came up with 2 segments so far, but it would be good to hear from people about segments if you want to have something special in there, or because mine are weak. I'll be honest, mine are real weak. But
really,
weak.
Really,
real weak, like bottom of the barrel, you know. But
I
think more
look forward to them.
More will come up. Like there will be more.
For sure.
And I think it'll be good to get the odd guest on like we did before.
Yeah.
If you've been somewhere...
Basically exactly the same, but with a different theme tune.
Yeah. Different theme tune and a different name.
The theme tune's sick, because the theme tune is actually... I didn't even realise Where's Wally had a theme tune.
No, neither did I, to be honest.
Yeah.
No.
But we remixed a Where's Wally theme tune that we didn't know existed with a Nas track.
So that's
White
from
DJ Stuart White.
DJ Stuart White.
Yeah.
Who we don't know his DJ name, so it's DJ
I do know it,
Stu
I can't
Whitey.
remember where he sent it to me. Yeah, he sent me his new DJ. This is like reinvigorated his DJ career, so he's come up with some DJ name. I'll get it ready for next time.
Bloody good job with that track, to be fair.
Yeah, he's killed it.
Real cool.
And you've done a good job of the characters.
Yeah, well, I didn't do anything at all other than send someone a message. So big up our Prime Evil illustration. So he's done the character. Primeval illustration. He's the same dude who does this. So it's the Stop Trapping Our Trails.
Oh, wicked.
Movement.
Well good.
Same guy.
Well good.
So yeah, thank you to that dude because he nailed it on your character.
Didn't he?
Yeah, and all the assets that are going to go along with that. So that's cool.
I think it could have made me look a bit stronger.
Well, that was the design brief I sent him. It was like old looking, scrawny.
Can he add a scab on the face now, or what?
Maybe we
on
can
the nose and the
next one. You can throw a scab on there. So yeah, he's nailed it on that. And then I guess the premise is we're just going to catch up, and it's going to come out on the 23rd of every month.
Good date, solid date.
Yeah,
solid date.
Different day every month too, I think.
Love it.
Yeah, it will
so
be.
what we should do out of like. Oh, well, what I think we should do is we could play a little. We could do my trail of the month, maybe.
Oh, I like that one.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah,
that's good.
So, and then we could show a head camera. I could tell a story about where it is, what it is, blah blah blah. Because it might be that it's a local one. Yeah, it could be a local one, or it could be on one of my travels, and hopefully it would be on one of my travels.
Yeah. No, I'm just adding that to the list actually because that's fantastic.
Wicked. And then we could play that.
And it sort of goes with one of mine that I've done in a weird kind of way. So
go on, let's hear it then.
Well, you've got Olly's Trail of the Month, which is
Yeah.
OTOTM.
Yeah.
Right. So I came up with a really catchy, so stupid, a really catchy name.
Yeah, go on.
For this one, which is OTTTTT. So that's the segment name, and that's Olly's Top Tunes to Travel To.
Oh, I like it though. Yeah.
So that's that.
I'm happy with that. Yeah. I can drop a tune right now if you want.
Yeah, do it. All right. Olly's top tune to travel.
And you won't believe that I listen to this music.
Okay.
It's Angie. This is my latest jam. Angie Stone. Wish I Didn't Miss You. Great song. Great song.
Old. Yeah, sounds old. Sounds really old.
Yeah. I don't think it is. She goes. Isn't it ironic? All you want to do is smoke chronic, which makes me think it's not that old.
Yeah.
But it's very, that's my jam at the minute. So I sit in planes listening to that. Oh man, planes are tough. I've been on some planes that have had gaps in the seats, which is lovely, really nice.
Yeah,
so you have essentially half full flights, which is always the dream. But then I've been on other ones where they're like packed and I'm in the middle of two.
Do you have to wear a mask on the flight?
Whole flight, yeah.
Whole flight. So no eating, no drinking.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I guess not. No.
I mean, so you didn't take any snacks? Olly's
any
travel.
Snacks. I'm never that organised. I'm always rushing about. I've actually, interestingly, for the first time ever, travelled with an e-bike.
Right.
I've flown with an e-bike.
Oh, right, yeah. So, does that add some elements of sort of, having to declare that you're carrying something electronic?
No.
Should do.
But you have to take the battery out because the lithium-ion battery is too big a quantity to take on a flight because it creates too big an explosion. They're actually a nightmare. Those e-bike batteries are a nightmare to transport anything. They have to be in their own separate cases. They have to.
Right, really? Yeah, I didn't really think of that, dude. So what do? You have another box that you put it in, like a metal box, or?
So the flight that I've just organised a battery at my location.
Very good.
So for the one that I've done has been I did a trip for Bosch EMTB systems.
They're going to have batteries, aren't they?
Exactly. They're not short of a few batteries.
Yeah.
So I went to Italy, to Aosta, which is near Pisa.
Okay.
Yeah, and travelled with the e-bike in a bike bag, which is they are heavy e-bikes,
Okay.
So gone are the days of stuffing your bike bag full of all of your clothes. I could literally just have the bike in the bag without battery, and that's it.
Right. Wow.
I tried smuggling as many different things in there as possible, but I was way overweight.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, what the premise of the podcast is, which is talking about these trips that you go on and where you go and stuff like that. So this trip was for Bosch. So how many trips have you done since lockdown? Do we know? Do you know?
Yeah. Shall I talk you through them?
Should we start at the beginning?
Let's start at the beginning.
Let's start at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, right at the start.
I went on a post-pandemic vacation with my lovely girlfriend. We went on a bike packing trip around the south of France, along the south of France. She's an accomplished road rider. I am not. So she's made a route from Marseille to Monaco, which isn't really very long in the scheme of things, but we basically did we stopped all of the way, not camping, staying in hotels, and just with all of your clothes. It's weird, actually. I've never done bike packing. Have you ever done it?
Never done it, mate. No, never done bike packing ever. No, I think I'd enjoy it though. That'd be my sort of vibe, I reckon. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah,
bit of wild camping, cool. Maybe take a hammock or something as well. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, go on. Why not? Why not? I mean, you're amazed at how little you can take. Yeah. You can take very little stuff. And you have to wash stuff constantly, which I'd never really thought about these things. Like, you see all those bags I got like these Apidura bags. Yeah. So there's one on the bar, one in the frame, one at the back.
And this is on a road bike as well, right?
Road bike, yeah. So you have to really think about what you're packing, which I don't normally do. Normally I'm like last minute throw things in the bike bag.
Yeah. Because all this sort of travelling with luggage and stuff, it's a whole new world, I guess, and people get really geeky with it because they cut like toothbrushes up, so you only get the little end bit, so you can save a bit of weight. I don't know what else you could do. I'll be honest, that's the only real anecdote I've got about travel. Yeah. You could. What else could you do to save weight? I mean, you could not take any clothes. It's probably.
Well, that's essentially what I did. Yeah, that's what your boy was doing over here, which is pretty gross.
And off you go.
So I had 100%. Yeah. So I had one chamois, one jersey that you're riding in during the day. You wash every night. Okay. It's all just a bit of a rush to get things dry.
Yeah, can imagine. Yeah.
And then when you arrive, it's quite cool though, because by the end of the week you know where everything is in your bags. You're pretty quick at just getting stuff out, getting it turned around, wash your stuff, hang it up, and head out. Yeah. But we were doing I guess she was being really kind to me, George. We were doing I guess 100k days.
Wow.
Maybe.
What's that, 60, 70 mile or something?
Some of them a bit less. Yeah, okay. Which on a road bike isn't actually, you've got all day.
Yeah. True.
And they're amazing roads. I mean, I'm mentally, my legs are fine. Mentally, I'm very weak. Very, very weak when it comes to road cycling.
And how long does it take before this weakness starts to kick in?
Dude, the weakness will come. If you don't talk to me enough or stop at enough cafes, the weakness really amplifies.
Does it? And what do you do? Just sort of hang off the back and just...
I'm out the back, dude, and I'm plodding. And I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm sick of it at times. And George is the opposite. She's so mentally strong. She does all of her riding without headphones on.
Wow.
Do you ride long distance without headphones?
Good question. No, not really. I love that's part of the fun for me is going out riding and putting headphones in, either to catch up on podcasts or to listen to fun tracks while you're riding. But then there is the mental side of it where if you don't, you're sort of in your own head, and if you want to, like Georgie sounds like, you want to get a bit deeper and you want to be a bit of a savage, then no headphones all the way.
She is a savage.
I remember that Loch Ness marathon that I did last year or whatever. They said it was 2 weeks before. They were like, "Oh yeah, no headphones because it's on a road," and I was like, "Fuck, 26 mile in my own head. Yeah, that's not good." But yeah, it was all right. It was okay actually. I kind of enjoyed it, but sometimes you need that pump up track, don't you? You need that rocky music to get you up that hill.
She's sly as well, George. She'd fit in these climbs because she's as into road biking as I'm into mountain biking. You know, so she's got these climb in road cycling. There's climbs called HC climbs, which is haute classification. Okay. So it's beyond climbs generally are classified where on a race track on a race route. Yeah. And these HC climbs are really big. So all of the famous climbs, the Stelvio Pass, the Sacalabra, I don't know if I said that right. All of these iconic road climbs, I think they're all HC really. Okay. Which is essentially means they're of a certain gradient and a certain length that you wouldn't put a race on it.
Right, really? Okay, right.
Yeah. Some of them, she'll take me up
Yeah.
And you'll go up a road, wiggly road into the mountains, beautiful and stuff, but long.
Yeah.
You get to the top and you go back down the wiggly road.
Oh.
Dude, as a mountain biker,
and just to say you've done it,
soul destroying is it? Like, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like the pain is part of it, and you get to the top, you've completed it, you descend. But just as a mountain bike rider, like if I'm doing a distance, it has to be A to B. I think if it's not about fun, going up and then down the same thing you've gone up just is like mentally that's so tough for me. Yes. She'd sneak them in. She'd use certain words so I wouldn't realise, and then I'd get to the top and she'd be like, "Right, brilliant, let's go back down again."
Oh, brutal! And you're like, I could have left my luggage at the bottom. It'd have been way easier.
At some points on the trip, I would have. I mean, I had an amazing trip, but certainly I'm weak as anything on a road bike mentally. Would
you say she beasted you for a week?
Yeah, I would, and I would say also she was chilling. So, yeah,
all right.
She's whistling along, enjoying herself.
And you're just chuntering along.
Just an angry diesel engine misfiring. Yeah, it was quite cool actually. We went to like all of the like super rich yacht spots, you know.
Yeah. What, in Monaco and stuff? Is that, I don't really know the route. Yeah. Does it go along the coastal path, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's like Nice, starting Marseille, then Nice, Cannes, or it might be the other way around, Cannes, Nice, Saint-Tropez, Monaco, what else was there? Port Grimaud. Like, they're all these, like...
Yeah.
I just find it fascinating. Like, I don't really... you know when you see, like, the high life, I've got to say, I'm not really that attracted to it, really. As stupid as that sounds, like a yacht, a super yacht, isn't something I actually look at and want, but it's something I look at and I'd love to look at. I find it fascinating, like seeing what their life is.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think anyone who doesn't have access to that life is going to be like that, aren't they, though? You're going to be a bit like, oh, I just want to...
You reckon?
I just want to dip my toe in and see what it's like. But yeah...
But if money wasn't an object, would you buy a fucking yacht, dude?
No, I don't think I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I don't like the sea.
I think I would. And it's fascinating. Like,
so, jet ski,
so Saint-Tropez. Have you been to Saint-Tropez before?
Never, no.
So it's like fancy. It's like a port, and then all like fancy restaurants, ludicrously expensive. Everything food-wise on the trip was ludicrously expensive. Yeah. And then these people have bought multi-million pound boats, and they park them up with the back end on the shore.
Yeah.
And then they sit on them, and people walk past looking at them.
Oh, God.
Like, how bizarre is it? And so you've got these like dudes that clearly, you know...
But that's the thing, isn't it?
That's
successful. It. That is the thing. It's look at me. It's that is the thing, yeah. If
that is the thing, then they're doing it wrong, man. There's a whole world out there to be enjoying. Why are you hanging around all the poor people? Why are you hanging around like people like me? Walking along in a stinking chamois, looking at your boat, and I'm not even looking at it and wanting it. That's the thing.
No,
I'm looking at it like, whoa, you spent $4 million on a boat. You're crazy.
That's true, man. That is true. I think that's one of the reasons I enjoy like that Jon Olsen's vlog, because you just get a bit of a dip. You know who he is? That skier. It's pro skier.
Yeah.
You sort
of get a camo Lambo, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did have. Yeah, you sort of dip your toe in and you're like, oh, I wonder what it's like, and then you sort of watch it like, it looks all right, but I'm pretty over it. I don't think I'd be.
Oh, that looks vacuous and empty.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll crack on. Let's wash my chamois. I don't know. I found it well interesting. And then we so the last spot was Monaco.
Yeah.
And
Monaco obviously famously that sort of thing, innit? That's what it is again. Yeah. And
like now I'm like an F1 super fan. It was really cool to go there. I've been there before, and like we've driven around in a hire car around the F1 track, but it was really cool to see all like the curbstones and stuff.
Sick. Yeah.
You know, like they're just there on the road, and there's so much like racing heritage, and that was cool. And then we cruised up to Monte Carlo Casino, which has that Hotel de Paris, and basically it's like a runway for people to drive their fancy cars through. Again, so weird. Like I don't have a problem with it. If you're super into a really, really expensive car, then that's your thing. It's rad. Yeah. But to parade it in front of people is so funny. And they're not people that are really into cars. They're just people. They're people that can't afford it, essentially. So it's like the same thing as the yachts. And it's bizarre. We're just sat there watching these people. Like, it is cool.
But people are actually fans of that, aren't they? There's, you know, like in London and stuff, you have those supercar spotters, and they just go out looking for these expensive cars, and you think, well, rather than going out and looking for it, maybe do the work. If you want one that bad,
finance it, mate.
Just go home and do some work or get a job. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I guess there's like an element of like being like a design fan, you know. So these cars are out of reach to you, and because they're not just expensive. Like a handbag, you could argue is just expensive. Like I would say anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those expensive handbags, it's just a normal handbag with a big price tag.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these cars are like crazily well engineered and
definitely, yeah. There is that element of it. Yeah, there is.
So you can be a bit of a. It's always tied up with status, though. Always.
Unfortunately, it is, mate. Yeah. In fact, I did an episode a while ago with G Milner, who famously owns a Porsche.
Yes.
And he's like that, to be fair. Like, you know, mad respect for G after that episode, because he was talking about how he's grown up loving vehicles. Like, he loves motors. He loves cars. So he's like aspiring to own that Porsche. And to get that Porsche, you know, he's worked really hard, but, you know, he's relatively young, doesn't own a house, doesn't go on holiday, but all he does is he wanted that car. So it's kind of, you know, you kind of got to, you know, respect that. Yeah, he's a fan of it. But then, unfortunately, that comes with that status of you're a dick, you've got a yellow Porsche, but he's not. He's just into the. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
I'd struggle to turn up somewhere. I think we talked about it before. Yeah, but like turning up somewhere would be tough. It'd be like.
But then when you look at it with bikes, people are, oh wow, you got that new Focus with the geometry and the Fox 38s, and it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
People don't go dick. They go, that's kind of, or maybe they do. I don't know. I certainly don't, but.
Yeah. No, I don't either. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
definitely. It's like that with everything, isn't it? It's, you know, you always want it, and you mainly want it to show other people you've got it.
Yeah, too right. Well, I sat in front of Monte Carlo Casino and I swallowed the £20 bill for a small bottle of beer, and I watched cars, and that was that.
Pretty cool.
It's a weird spot, Monaco.
How many times do you reckon you've seen one car? Do they literally go back and forth and you just like same guy?
What, Manies? Yeah, people do Manies for sure. But I got a bit sick of G-Wagons, I'm not going to lie.
Really, yeah. Newer ones.
They don't look much like mine either. Christ, there's so many of them. Man.
Really?
But it was funny. Interesting spot because actually the whole thing is built around tax evasion, which is bizarre. Like Monaco itself is just a town built around tax evasion. Like you're only there if you're earning a lot of money and you're trying to
get rid of
it. You're trying to not pay tax.
Yeah.
So no one pays tax there, but subsequently, like everything is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like there is
really £20 for a beer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a bottle. You know, like a bottle of Corona or something like that size. I don't know what milliliters that is, but a tiny bottle for £20. Yeah. I tell you what, it tasted exactly the same.
Did it really?
With a little bit of a bitter aftertaste.
Yeah. Bit of a sting in the wallet.
Yeah, big time.
Wow.
But yeah, interesting to see. It's not for me, but it's interesting to see.
What's it like road riding there? Is it better? You know, like if you go for a road ride here, I feel like you're always, you know, you come back after riding, you're like, I nearly lost my life 3 times on that ride. Is it better? Are the roads wider? Is it? Do you know?
I'm quite scared always road riding. I find it really terrifying. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I bet around you it's because you've got, you know, this Surrey area is all like little windy.
Yeah, little lanes.
And
yeah, they don't have a huge amount of traffic. I know that's not the point. It only takes one car, but like, if you go the right way, you tend to come across fewer cars. And if you're with someone who road rides a load, which I'm always, if I go road riding, I tend to be with people who know their ways. They've got good routes in their head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there are points on our trip where we ended up on like main roads because George has planned all the routes and you can't tell what's going to be a main road.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I find it really genuinely super scary road riding.
Definitely. I've not done it for a little while, but a few years ago now. But yeah, every time in the Peak District you go out, you're just like, okay, now nearly lost an arm. Nearly lost a leg. Yeah. Oh, mate, it's brutal. Peaks, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's brutal. Oh, yeah. Brutal. And there's loads out here as well. But, you know, every time you go out, you just think, that one was close. Or, you know, it's a strange old hobby, is that. I mean, it's, you know, rewarding, no doubt. But, yeah, there's always one occasion where you just like, that was close. Yeah. You know.
Oh, dude, you should see me. I'm in the gutter the whole time. I'm fucking.
Yeah, he's going over all that. Did it?
100%. I really am.
On the cat eyes.
Bags on. I'm like pathetic. I'm so scared the whole time, looking over my shoulder, worried. But it is what it is.
Hey, speaking of close calls, did you see that Valentino Rossi accident at the weekend?
No, I saw. No. Let's talk about it.
Shit, it is so close. It is like.
So he was. I saw he was super shaken up. I was like, I actually just before getting on the call to you saw like it on YouTube as a clip.
Yeah. Oh mate, yeah. Take a look at it. I just saw it as well before I jumped on here. Crazy close, mate. It's
really.
That was one of them where he could have been, another. God, not even a foot, he'd be dead.
Really?
And the other dude, whose name I can't remember.
What happened then?
So two guys crashed in front of him, and one of the bikes just starts cartwheeling. And as Rossi comes around this right-hander with somebody else in front of him, the two bikes miss both of them. One goes in front of Valentino, and the other one goes like in front of the guy in front of him, and it's so close and so fast.
I just watched it then.
I mean, they're probably going like 100 plus mile an hour at the same time, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm watching the slow-mo now.
So close. Crazy.
But that you can't even see how the bike went through there.
No, I think it goes over his head as well, or over the front of his bike.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. I mean, that I'd never... Yeah, fuck knows. Roads are scarier.
Scary. Yeah, very scary. Yeah, they are. So... Good holiday, though.
Good holiday, great holiday.
Needed it, do you reckon? A little bit of vacation?
Yeah, it's just nice to spend time with George, yeah.
Nice.
And it's, lovely being in the sun and doing something different,
Yeah.
Doing something very different. That's super different for me. And as much as it doesn't sound like a relaxing holiday, it is. When you get there and you've just done a road ride, you do, after a long ride, you do feel relaxed, don't you? So it's cool.
Yeah. When was the last time you guys went on holiday without cycling?
We tend to go cycling on holiday. Oh. We went to in Colombia. We went to the jungle, but that was a giant hike. So there's always something physical involved in our holidays for sure.
That's good.
Yeah, we talked about it, like whether we'd be able to do like a mellow one, like a beach holiday.
Yeah.
Do you do beach holidays like a lie down?
Don't really do holidays that often.
No,
if I'm honest, straight
on the grind.
Yeah, just don't really need one. I'm all right.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that, isn't it? But it's like I don't really need a holiday from my life. It's all right as it is, to be honest. Just it would be nice to get a bit of sun, but it has been.
I think it is good. Turn the phone off.
Yeah.
Not do the normal shit. I think it is good. I think it is good to do it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I pretty much. So basically, I've got like 5 trips, basically back to back, with like a couple of days between some of them. 1 day between some of them. Like. It's quite gnarly, actually. But, I think I've got a bit of agoraphobia left over from the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Bet, yeah, no doubt.
Like traveling seems like more of a deal, and packing, and it's all a bit hectic, and living out of a bag seems a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uncertainty, I guess, at the minute. So, and it for sure rubs off on you. But so after that, I went to a very exotic location. Went to Glasgow.
Oh, how exotic! How exotic. If you say it differently, it does sound... You could say, like, Glasgow? No, doesn't work. No, you can't really... Glasgow? No.
There's
Glasgow,
no way
innit?
you can paint that. Yeah,
just Glasgow, innit?
It's Glasgow. So I went up for a cut media shoot.
Yeah.
For the launch of a new secret bike, which is... It's always slightly annoying when you have a new secret bike, because you can't, like... I've done all of these, like, cool shoots and stuff. I want to post pictures, and instead I end up not posting anything and having to keep it secret.
That must be kind of annoying. I know it's slightly different, but I know, like, with these episodes, I've always done a podcast in the past, and I've never had a time limit. I'm just like, get it out. Whereas I think if I was sat on something, or something had happened like that, and I guess in a way I'm sat on one bit of news that we sort of know about, but anyway, so I always just release stuff.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I've got all of these cool things that I'm excited to.
So we can do that on the next episode, though. So a bit of a teaser, because it'll be out by then. The bike will be out, the video will be out, and we'll be able to talk about your new team rider.
Oh mate, I'll be able to send you loads of stuff then.
Yeah, and maybe we can get that team rider on as a guest for a bit of a segment.
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
We'll
see.
We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So that's
because
cool.
I don't know the Rock's notorious. Oh fuck! I blew it.
Oh man.
I was gonna say the Rock's notoriously difficult to get hold of, but
yeah.
Oh, you can bleep that out, can't you?
Yeah, I'll bleep him out.
Bleep it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. Okay, so we've got way more to talk about then. We can only talk about like approximately what I've been up to, can't we?
For that, yeah. So you went to Scotland.
Scotland with Cut Media.
Cool edit. I've seen a few photos from it. I've seen the finish. Sick.
You're obviously aware of their amazing work.
I mean, pretty much all of Danny's stuff is cut. Danny Mack's
It's so cool to go and see their office and stuff, and
really, yeah.
And it is rad to work. They're like so pro. Like it's like being on like a film commercial, because you have like your day planned out. You have everything. It's like you get a call sheet, and you.
Wow, really?
There's like catering on site. There's like it's proper.
Shit,
it's wicked.
Dude, that's sick. That's amazing. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, and we'll be able to on the next episode. We'll be able to tell you more about like the actual filming itself was it's like a really cool concept. They always have cool concepts, don't they?
They do indeed. Yeah, I wonder. It'd be interesting to talk actually to those guys if we get them on about who brainstorms those sort of things, especially Danny's episode.
Stu on. Stu would be a wicked.
Yeah, we've been talking back and forth about doing something, so Stu would be really good. So hopefully for the next one we could bring Stu in and talk about some of the concepts and stuff like that, and how they put it all together, because it's super interesting that.
Yeah, and it's just a success story. It's like a guy that raced World Cups at super high level, and growing up, I watched Stu Thompson sections in Sprung and Earthed and stuff, and
had a team for a bit too. MTV Cut, that was his, right?
MTV Cut, yeah. Well, that's the start of Cut Media, isn't it? Yeah. So he's kind of done it all, really, hasn't he? And now he's ended up with a really it's a really sick company. Yeah, really. Like Cut Media is really like every single person that I've met there is just like so competent. It sounds stupid, but like so on it. Everyone's got the same goals. Everyone knows what they're working towards. They just get it. They're all like smart creatives.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think probably Stu's part of his interviewing process must be to get just the best people. I guess.
Definitely. So how long were you up there for in total?
5 days.
5 days. 5 days in rainy Scotland.
Then I think 1 day back, and then straight out to Italy.
Yes, and this is for
Bosch EBikes systems, yeah.
Bosch
and that was cool
systems.
Because actually, that was like another kind of like another bike packing trip. In a way, because
not seen much from that, but I'm guessing
it's
going to come out at some point.
Again, can't because of the elephant. I've actually revealed another thing. That's bad. I've actually semi-revealed what it might be. The new bike might be.
Right.
Anyway,
on here.
But well, kind of, because I've said Bosch e-bike systems.
Oh right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they've got a motorcycle coming out.
Yeah. I imagine that suck. Have you seen all those horrible e-motorbikes that are coming? Oh, they're gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take them back.
Anyway,
yeah.
I had 3 days in the high Alps, going to different huts. Wow. So I had to carry everything. I never ride with a bag, dude. And I turn up with this TLD like camelback style thing, hydration pack. Yeah. And everyone's laughing so hard because it's way too small for what we have to for like a 3-day trip.
So 3 day like wild camping too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of thought it was going to be, but it wasn't as much. It was like these huts.
Right.
You hear like mountain hut. It sounds like it's going to be literally like a rock base and then a wooden hut around you. But it was a little bit more than that, I'd say. It was, because obviously they have like charging points.
I was going to say, they have electric.
Huts. Yeah. Okay. So it's sick. You do it's amazing how much altitude you do on an e-bike from a battery.
Oh yeah, from
definitely. One of these like 625 watt-hour batteries, you can get like probably 2,000 meters up if you preserve your battery and stuff. So it's like,
it's so good. It really opened my eyes to it all when we had Danny Mack on lockdown, and he was talking about those multi-battery, what would you call them? Excursions. It's a big word for me on a Monday. But it like really made me think about how much fun that could actually be, because I guess I've always looked at the sort of, because I'm not an e-biker, mate. I'll be honest. Like I'm not on the program. We've spoke about this a few times.
You need to get on a program, dude.
Yeah, I need to get on the program. Bike. Yeah. Hopefully, this week we'll figure that out. But So yeah, I need to get on the program and just go on some sort of long rides and stuff. But I'm not really. I guess I always looked at it as like, oh, you're just cheating riding normal trails, but there's way more stuff it can open up, isn't there? But
it's mega interesting because my experience of e-bikes is like totally different to what I was doing there, because it's up down up down up down up down up down, really intense.
Yeah.
And then you're in the mountains and you're only going up for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
Really long time, and you'll see something in the distance, and it becomes possible if you have assistance. I mean, regardless, you're still riding for 6 hours or
still
whatever.
A long
you
day,
know what I mean?
Yeah. Still a long day.
And then you charge up, and you've got even more. So you're not like, it's not nothing. I was knackered after the trip.
Right.
It's a really weird thing, e-biking. I think I look forward to you getting one and talking to you about it, because it's not just lazy and easy.
No, I'm gonna do some stuff on one. I'm gonna get it and then head out and do some big rides and stuff like that. And we can talk about my experience on the e-bike.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Dave E. At the end.
Yeah. Dave E. Wow E. And so the majority of the climbing as well is like trials as well. So it's really technical. There's sections that you can't get up at all.
Right.
So and then at that point you're lugging around like a really heavy bike. You know? Like an e-bike. Yeah. As soon as the power isn't kicked in, that is just a heavy bike.
Yeah. So this trip was to what? What was it for? What was the outcome of this trip?
It was for Bosch e-bike systems, and I think it's to promote that. Basically, what they're starting to do is like these charging points in the mountains. And I think
interesting.
So I think it's to do that, and they're amazing things. They're like this locker. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. It might already be out. I have no idea. But basically, it's a locker. You put your battery in, you get a key, and your battery charges. So let's say you do 2,000 meters of elevation.
Yeah.
You stick your battery in, go for lunch, come back after your long lunch, and you've got another 2,000 meters of elevation potentially to go again.
That's sick.
If you can,
wouldn't it be cool if they could like harness, solar power and stuff like that, and then have a point and it just boom, charge it up?
I mean, there's no reason, is there? There's no reason, I guess.
No.
But so it's a cool idea, and certainly I was just so lucky to, to see the mountains like with an e-bike. It's obviously because you can't fly with them. It was like I was super lucky.
Yeah. And here's something that I think people might be keen to know. So how does those sort of trips come around for you? How does that start of like getting invited on that trip?
Yeah.
Are you a Bosch rider technically, or?
Well, no, I'm not currently. I ride for Focus, who do a Shimano and a Bosch e-bike, if you know what I mean. So I'm not, stuck. I'm not solely that brand, but basically they approach. What they have is like a list of OE bike manufacturers that sell all of their Bosch motors, and Focus is one of them. So they just go through a list of, all of the different brands. I think Scott do Bosch motors, Trek do Bosch motors, Focus, load of other brands, and they just pick which riders they might want.
Cool. Right.
And
then you get the email
and they picked me, which was very nice of them. Yeah. So that was with Catty Kuipers and Nathan Hughes from Pink Bike.
Oh yeah.
Fame. You might know he's an amazing photographer. So so we're up there doing that for I guess a Pink Bike story, and then like a Bosch. I think it's like an internal video even.
Okay. Right. Because there's three of you.
Is it?
And do you have anyone from Bosch there? Like how many people were on that ride, for example?
It was actually from an agency that were that do all of the Bosch stuff. So it was like they're kind of Bosch employees, kind of. Yeah. But I guess it's quite interesting to people to think about. Like you'd never even think about OE when you buy a complete bike and you want it to have certain stuff on, but you never think about those relationships between, say, TRP and Focus, for instance, or Bosch and Focus. Like in order to get, obviously Focus is a customer of Bosch's.
Yep.
So they're going to
big orders.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's worth a lot. So there's marketing to the end consumer, and there's also marketing within brands. So,
definitely. Yeah.
So if you can send, a video to a bike brand that isn't currently on it, let's say, well, obviously Specialized have their own. It's a good example though. Specialized have their own motors, but if Bosch could send this video to Specialized, and Specialized are like, wow, Bosch is sick, but Bosch are doing all these charging points in the mountain, and right, we need a Bosch on our next bike.
Yeah.
Imagine how much business that's worth. It's worth so much. So.
And are they, again, I'm an e-bike newbie, so are the chargers different? Do you know?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, the plug's always different for each bike brand and stuff,
different.
right?
Yeah,
so if it's only got a Bosch charging point and you're there and you're specialised, you're like,
exactly.
I fucked it, basically. I'm pedaling. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or you're carrying a charger.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, isn't it? How brands go about like getting their stuff on other bikes.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of. Again, I've sort of been at that side of it in a weird kind of way when we were the distributor of joystick, of trying to do deals with bike brands so that they've got joystick components on and stuff, and it's a lot of work goes into that, man, like a hell of a lot, and the quantities are obviously astronomical sometimes, and the pricing's got to be all different, and it's a real mess. But yeah, it's a kind of interesting side of the industry. Like you say, it's internal marketing, and Bosch want a brand like Focus because of the volume that they can put through it. And
exactly,
I don't really think about it too often.
No, it's super interesting, because even if you think of a seat clamp, you know, it's got to come from somewhere, and a seat clamp can make or break. Like, all right, seat clamps, bad example. Grips, for instance. So if I could put death grips on someone's bike OE, I think the customer sat in the shop would be like, oh, that's one job I don't have to do. I was going to put death grips on.
So,
you see what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And then also, equally, it reflects well on the brand, because it's like, oh, Focus have got death grips. Well, working on it. But imagine if Focus had death grips, you'd be like, oh, Focus have got death grips. They know what's cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just makes that product a bit cooler.
Yeah,
a bit
definitely.
A bit less catalogue.
You're right.
But I guess I'd never thought about it before I was in the industry, so I would have just been like, you know, I wouldn't have thought about how business works in terms of OE. Are we doing boring bike chat here?
We might have dipped into it a little bit. Let's talk
We've
about...
dipped in a bit. Yeah, we've dipped in a bit. So I've got back from Italy now, so you don't have to listen to me talking about that anymore.
Italy.
And next I'm going to Madeira.
Sick. Tomorrow. You'll be in Madeira when this episode comes out then.
I will, yeah.
So everyone can comment below and just put, I don't know, fuck you.
Yeah, something like that, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I've got a film, and I've got all of this head injury going on.
Man, you just get some moisturiser on it.
I do, don't I? I do.
Some Palmers. Send you some CBD stuff through.
I don't think I was knocked out. I think I would say it's a mild concussion, and I take head injuries very seriously.
Yes. So how did it happen? We haven't talked about this knockout yet, and it's...
No, I'm not going to class it as a knockout.
It's a knockout without Keith Chegwin.
No, I hate head injuries. Really hate them. It really worries me about later life. I don't want to lose my...
OJ. You don't want to be OJ.
Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want that. So I just lost my front in like a compression turn, which is the worst place you can lose your front, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And lips to the floor. Like I say, like I've got nothing else on me, really.
So strange.
Like I've not got...
Strange crash.
That is actually quite swollen looking at that.
And still pussy and bleeding a little bit, unless you've caught it.
Horrible, yeah. But like my knees are fine, everything's all good. My helmet took the brunt. I was in my A2. And it always terrifies me when you break a helmet, because that's like you definitely. Yeah.
But it also definitely did its job, which is also
100%. Yeah.
Very important, because people go, "Oh, it broke." You're like, "Yeah, it worked." Like it's. Yeah. The impact's gone through the helmet. It's cracked. Like that's exactly what it should do. That is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the right thing.
So, yeah, exactly.
So did you break a helmet?
Yeah, I broke the helmet.
Oh fuck! You did go down hard, son, eh?
Yeah, I did properly. Yeah, horrible. Proper crash. No chance to do anything. Like it happened before I knew it had happened.
Was it Sunday you crashed yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
It must have been early too, because I seen the Instagram update at like 10 a.m. So you'd already been out and crashed and gone back.
Yeah, gone back home, called it, hung up the helmet for the day. Yeah, basically, like all of the trails at the minute, it's been so dry. There's just dust all at the side, and then we've had rain, so it's hero dirt in your head.
Yeah.
So all of the dusty turns look like they've got support and stuff. This is what I'm thinking it is, because I've gone through a few turns like with my front wheel, which doesn't tend to happen.
Right.
And so yeah, that's what I'm putting it down to.
Okay.
They're like fake turns at the minute. You know, it hasn't had enough rain. It just makes the surface look like it's all wet and patted down.
Just titillating, yeah.
Yeah, it's just dust. It's just dust. You just blow it up every turn. So yeah. Not good, man. Not good.
No, but sometimes you have to have them. It's part of it.
Yeah.
Part of the journey.
So I had yesterday off. I'm not going to ride today, and tomorrow I'm basically travelling. So
okay.
A few days off after a head injury, isn't it? I don't know what the guidelines are. Probably like
few days off.
2 weeks quarantine.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I didn't go to sleep, so it's not like a proper. I don't feel concussed. I didn't throw up. I used to be terrible when I was younger. Like I used to throw up in the mornings after and shit. Yeah, had a lot of concussions actually, unfortunately. Yeah.
Morning after sickness.
Yeah, that's a real thing. You throw up in the morning, you just feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a few of those over the years, mate. Myself, sort of making
horrible,
sure,
isn't it?
Wake me up at night, make sure I'm alive. You know what I mean? Just come and check on me, make sure I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah, stupid. I didn't sleep well last night because I was just thinking about it, and because my face was stuck to the pillow. But I just didn't like. I was just lying in bed, like thinking, like, oh, is there something? You know, when you're thinking, what, is my brain normal? Am I thinking normally? Am I acting irrationally? Am I thinking about weird things?
I had one a few years ago. Let's say a few years ago. It's a long time ago. Where it was where were we? I can't remember. We had a British Championship moto thing up in, it would have been Fat Cat, Armthorpe sort of thing. So it was Saturday, Sunday race, and the Saturday crashed my brains out in practice. So we decided to call it because I was not with it at all. So we decided to call it. Drove home, so not too far away with my dad. Obviously went out Saturday night on the beers with the boys, like, wait, crashed today, let's go and drown my sorrows. And blacked out in a club. And all I remember is, obviously, the story's a little bit all over the place. I don't really remember it too well, but I remember walking down some stairs, being in a big room full of people, and my vision went really blurry, and I was like, I'm going to go.
No.
And woke up outside, like, legit in sat outside of a puddle. Just sat there, just like, whoa, here I am.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was almost like I got spiked, but it was like a delayed concussion sort of thing, I think. And then, just got a lift home, and that was me done for a few days. Banging headache, the whole thing. It was horrible, dude. Just feeling yourself go, like, blind. I've never felt that before. Just going, like, blind, like, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to go. Boom, gone. Woke up outside in the puddle. Don't know how I even got outside in the puddle either, to be honest. So
that is really
nothing else was sore, so we're good. But there was just a sore head.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because there's no... You break your arm, you get an x-ray, you look at it, it's broken, you've got 6 weeks. The brain is not like that. You can't diagnose it. It's such a sliding scale of, like, seriousness, isn't it? And, like, that terrifies me a bit. Definitely.
Rightly so, mate. Rightly so. So what's going on in Madeira? What are you doing over there?
Madeira, I'm shooting a video with my teammate Even, who has never been out there, so that's going to be wicked.
Sick.
I'm going out there with Milky, Jacob Gibbons from Aspect Media.
Cool.
And we're shooting hopefully a cool little video.
Sick.
Look forward to it.
What's it for?
I
or are you not allowed to
Madeira.
Say?
No, it's just for video's sake. Cool. It's like basically it's a focus video. Yeah.
Right. Sick, dude. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
what are you riding the secret bike, or are you taking a normal bike?
No, normal bikes. Yeah.
Normal bikes.
A non-E trip. So I'm spending today getting my bike all perfect.
And is this Freeride Madeira?
This is Freeride Madeira. Always Freeride Madeira. I'm not going to Madeira unless I'm going with Freeride Madeira.
Perfect. So this is some of the stuff from Death Grip. Is that still there? Some of that?
Oh yeah, we could go and ride the Death Grip jumps. Even's a killer. You seen Even? I think he's Earths on Instagram.
I have indeed. I was messaging him last night. I didn't realise who that was. That's classic.
There you go, dude. There you go. So he's a real killer on a bike. Like,
oh wow, yeah. Cool, he sent some Spikeball stuff last night, and I
of course. Yeah,
I didn't realise. Is that who that is? Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
I'll shoot him a follow.
That's my teammate. Yeah. So we should have a good trip. It's not going to be too hectic. We don't have much of an agenda. We're chilling.
Just going to go ride and have some fun. Throw some whips.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Like, we've been meaning to do it for a long time with Jacob, so should be good. Look forward to it.
Sounds really good. Should we? Let's just do one of these segments real quick.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So the first one, OTT, Ollie's travel tips.
Okay.
All right. See, they've all got a theme, you see. OTT, OTTTTTT is the next one. So OTT, Ollie's travel tips. 1 or 2 travel tips that you want to pass on to our amazing listeners that you should really think about and that have helped you in your life over the years and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So for years I travelled with a cardboard box. A bike bag is a good investment, annoyingly. It pains me to spend the money on a bag that you put your bike in, but it just removes an element of worry about your bike when you turn up somewhere. So I'd say that is a really good travel tip.
Oh, you got one now. Sorry, I thought you were going to say you still use the cardboard box.
No, I don't. No, for the last 5 years I've been in a bike bag,
Okay.
Because it does help no end, really. Just moving it around, and like when it rains and then your cardboard box is wet and then you have to find a new one, and just turning up with bent rotors and just annoying stuff that's so avoidable.
What bike bag did you go with?
I went with a EVOC bag.
Ooh, lovely bag.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the logo and I don't like all the colours, but it's they do a good job.
Yeah. Cool.
They do a very good job. Okay, my next travel tip.
So number 1, invest in a bike bag if you're travelling with a bag.
So, man. If you're travelling a bit, then invest or borrow or rent. There's ways. It just removes an element of worry because there's nothing worse turning up and then having to get a new rotor.
Very true.
Nothing worse.
Yes.
Right, let me have a think because I've got actually a lot. Okay, how about this? Speedy boarding. Don't book it. Just walk with your bike bag to the speedy boarding thing, and basically every single time I've done this, they can't be bothered to turn you around because your bag's too big and you'll get on. So you don't have to go in the queue. Actually, across the board, in an airport, talk quick, think less, and you will get through so quick, so many queues. And because really, I'm never in a rush when I'm getting on a plane.
Right.
I just can't be bothered to go around all the wiggly lines, wiggly queues, and you just get more time. Just as soon as I get rid of a bike, I'm like, you sit in a restaurant, you can chill a bit. That's always that's always a nice moment once I've got rid of the bike. So yeah, I just bang speedy boarding as much as you can. When here's another one. So if you're overweight, you take out all your stuff. It's a big panic. Everyone's annoyed at you. You then have a walk with your stuff where you're going to the overweight baggage.
Yeah.
During that walk, you can put all of your stuff back in the bag and everything is okay. You'll be all right.
Okay.
Instead of, don't get stung on excess baggage and shit, just say yeah, I'll carry this, have all of your stuff, go around the corner on the way to the oversized baggage department, unzip it, put it back in where you had it before.
Yeah.
That works pretty well. I think that's actually a really good tip. I've done that many a time.
That's a good one. I got one for you. I got one.
Go on, let's hear it.
You can have this. You can try it this week.
Yeah.
Always limp when you get close to boarding. Because then, and you can always maybe even just say, look, I sprained my ankle on the way here. Is there any way I can have one of the front row seats or a door seat? Extra leg room.
And they do it.
Pretty much 90% of the time you'll get it.
Because I tell you what, I limp 100% of the time.
Just
limp. I've just never asked.
Just limp. Limp, make it...
I already limp.
Yeah, naturally limp.
I can't help it.
Right, okay. So you should, if you maybe wince a little bit, a bit of wincing.
Yeah.
And then
all right, yeah.
and just ask. Be like, I've just sprained my ankle yesterday riding. Didn't have a chance to, book it or get a wheelchair. Can I get a bit of leg room? And I bet you get there. Let's see.
Really good thinking.
Thank you. That's my only real travel tip though, mate.
Oh, we can do loads of travel tips. This is well good.
Yeah.
I always keep headphones on even if I'm not listening to anything because then people don't talk to you. That's quite a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I always, even if I've booked the flights, I say I haven't booked them because then when you're at the front of the speedy boarding queue, you assumed that they'd booked you business and speedy boarding or whatever it is. Speedy boarding, business, upper class, whatever.
Yeah.
You'd assumed that you're so important that someone else is booking your flights, dude.
Yeah.
And you assumed that they booked business because that's how you normally travel.
And then if they say no, you can just be like, oh, fuck, oh. And then see if they let you go anyway. Business.
Yeah. they don't tend to let you go business, but at least you'll just miss that queue. Again, it's just a queue dodging tip, really.
Yeah.
Actually, quite often it's worth looking into business for a lot of flights because of the luggage allowance. So quite often it can be less. The business flight can be less than the normal flight with excess baggage.
Right.
So a bike can cost, on some American Airways, it can cost like $150 per way. And that's often less than the price difference between economy plus or business.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just get extra baggage allowance when you get these business ones.
Got you. Okay. I once flew business back from America because I had a broken ankle, and I wasn't even faking it. I actually had a broken ankle, and I got business. So I think that's maybe where the idea first came from about the limping thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. If you ever do fly business, often they'll give you a premium pass. See, I'm just going to unload everything on you here. This is still interesting, right? We'll do
them again next week. We just do more. We can test stuff too. If anyone's got more, we can test it. You can go out and try them.
I'm up for hearing more because I'm aware I don't know them all. I'm not that seasoned a traveller compared to some people.
Yeah.
So if you ever fly business, they often give you a premium pass or something like so. You get a little stamp on your passport, and it's meant to just be quick, so that fancy people can quickly walk through passport control, and they get again, it's a queue dodger.
Yeah.
And it allows you in lounges.
Right.
Quite often it's a dual thing. It allows you like the fast boarding and lounges.
And it's just like a sticker.
Dude, yeah, and lounges are free food, man, and free drink. You can do what you want. So if you can get in there with your sticker, talk quick enough, you can get away with anything. Basically, all of these people that stand at the threshold of any of these fancy rooms, they don't care whether you really whether you're really meant to be there or not. They're just doing a job. They don't really care. They're not bothered. Yeah. If you can just wow them or at least make them feel like you're not a bad guy.
The thing I'm thinking
you get away with stuff
straight away with this, with this sticker is, do you get to keep the pass with the sticker on? So can we get it off and use it on another ticket?
Yeah, so you'll find it. They put it on your boarding pass. Right. So I never bother getting the e-boarding passes because it's just it just annoys me, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just get a paper one because there's more chance, basically, because then you can do the whole I didn't book my flight thing. Yeah. So I always have a paper one. They stick the sticker on the boarding pass. You can peel it off and the adhesive still works. Put it back in your passport. Every boarding pass
use it next time
afterwards.
There you go. There we go. Love that.
So basically,
we could get some made if you wanted to. Once you've got the sticker, you can replicate it, which is always...
That's fraudulent. Yeah, I mean, that is fraudulent. What we're...
Dude, when I was not that many years ago, my buddy used to print the McDonald's stickers for free coffee.
Yeah.
So you get the thing and you just stick a load of stickers on, and then you're always getting free coffee, which is a good one. Yeah.
That's good. That's solid. Yeah.
It's not really a travel tip. It's just that's a life hack.
It's just fraud. Yeah, it's just fraud.
It's just fraud.
Yeah, that's another good one. What other fraudulent things can we make people try? Yeah, I can't think of any more for the time being.
Okay. We'd love to hear people's though, right? Like, come at us. Let's hear some travel tips.
I do have endless ones though. Really, I always have a bag, right? Because I always have a little bag that I can. So this is one thing that's happened since older life and since doing trips where they go back to back. I always try and do a wash at the end of the trip in any hotel, in anywhere I'm staying.
Yeah.
I try and wash all my clothes, and then when you turn up back at home, it's so nice just getting your clothes out or leaving them in for the next trip. But I do that quite often.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?
Have you considered a bum bag for travelling just yet?
No, I haven't. I never have. It always blows my mind that people carry their fucking toothpaste and shit around. I guess if you've just got hand luggage. Well, everyone that goes normally travelling packs so many bags. Yeah. Anyway, so just put all of the liquid things. Just fucking put them in the bag that you're putting in a plane. Like, what are you doing with all these plastic bags and fidgeting around? That pisses me off.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, on the little thing after the X-ray check, that fucks me off when people get their stuff out whilst it's still on the conveyor belt.
Oh yeah, pick it up and go round to the table.
Oh man, it blows my mind. Yeah. Oh, how about this? This is just turning in. This isn't even tips. This is just things that fuck me off. When you wait for the baggage to arrive at the end, the conveyor belt comes round.
Yeah.
Don't stand next to the belt. That's illogical. Stand a metre back from the belt, because then when your bag isn't here, which is for the duration of you standing there,
true,
the person whose bag is here can get the bag.
Yeah.
Like, standing next to it doesn't make it quicker. That makes me so mad. That does. Rushing to get on the plane, that's insane because it's a giant tube filled with fart air. So I'm always going to be the last person on the flight. I might even wait for them to call my name sometimes if I'm feeling fancy. But yeah, rushing to get on or off irritates the fuck out of me.
True, that's a good one, actually. Totally agree. Yeah, you want to be on last, but you kind of want to be off first.
Yeah, well,
so
I
it's
don't
a fine
really care
balance.
because the bike always takes ages anyway, so it's like
I
you're
always
waiting
like
either there or
the first person who unclips the seatbelt on a plane. I always like being that guy because I just find it, because if I've got a weird sense of humour, I just find it hilarious that as soon as you've landed, it's like you touch down and then you undo your seatbelt and make it really loud because people are just like, what's this guy doing? He's off. He's ready. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm off. Fuck off. Enough of this
People,
flying.
it's so interesting, actually. I guess it's probably a part of it is like I don't hang out with many normal people very often.
You've been on many flights where they clap?
Oh yeah, I try and start claps. When I'm with friends that find it embarrassing, I try and start a clap, yeah.
Always start a clap, same. Love it. I think it's hilarious. And especially on some certain airlines, you actually are, you're glad you're there. Like, fucking hell, well done. Like, congrats. Especially Ryanair.
I mean, they wouldn't really be doing their job if you didn't land, would they?
No, but sometimes you feel like...
The bare minimum I want is for them to land the plane. That's like anything beyond that, like a bit of champagne, maybe some nice in-flight treats.
There's been a few
I've
been on, and you've thought, maybe it's his first time. Like,
at least land it, though.
Yeah, but there's definitely been a few first-timers, especially some of those Polish flights I used to do, man.
Really, yeah.
Dodgy flights.
I've got a Madeira one coming up. That's the worst flight you can do, really. It's like 4 hours in an EasyJet plane, tiny one, no leg room. Yeah. And then at the end, right, how crazy is this? Right, I hadn't even thought of this. So at the end, they get 3 passes at the runway. The runway is one of the notoriously it's notoriously difficult to land on. It's one of the hardest ones to land on. You have to be a captain for a number of years before you even get to land at Funchal in Madeira.
Right.
You get enough fuel for 3 attempts, 3 flybys.
Yeah.
If you don't make it in those 3 because of the wind, you have to go back to Lisbon.
Really?
Yeah, Lisbon. I've had to do this before.
Yeah.
You land in Lisbon, then you fly back to London. You have a flight the next day. No shit. And if I land in Lisbon now, then I'll be on quarantine list.
No way.
So imagine how
face
bad
palm. That's gnarly.
Like giant fingers crossed that's not going to happen.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you, man.
That'd be such a fail, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a flight's cheap at the minute. Not that you book them, someone else does, but
yeah, I do.
If you were to guess,
I don't mean to sound like that. I just try that because some flights are very cheap.
Yeah,
like I was looking at Wuhan flights; they're fucking bargains.
They're giving them away, right?
Yeah, they're giving them away. It kind of depends. It's not as cheap as I thought they were going to be, really, but.
Interesting.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know how it changes. I don't actually know what the policy is. Whether what I was saying about like not filling the flight and having seats in between people.
Yeah.
Like I'd imagine that those flights would be more because.
Yeah, you got to pay for everyone else who's not there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but who knows?
Not a great business to be in at the moment. I don't think airlines and
one of the worst.
Arguably one of the worst. Yeah. And then, so we've done the Ollie's top tunes to travel to.
Yeah, I've banged on about way too many things in the travel tips.
What about Trail of the Month? Ollie's Trail of the Month.
Trail of the Month.
Here we go.
So, Trail of the Month. I can't talk about the trail that we were riding in Glasgow was a particularly special trail. That's going to be next month's Trail of the Month. How about that?
Yeah.
And we can get the
we can do this is like a pilot episode, so we can just see, and then next time we can do it proper.
Done. Okay. And the Trail of the Month that I'm going to go with this month was one in Aosta Valley.
Okay.
And it was Lorenzo Sudings. Let me find his name. Old World Cup racer had a terrible car crash.
Okay.
That kind of it didn't end his career, but he stopped racing after it. Lorenzo Suding? Yeah. Lorenzo Suding, his trail that he trains on, apparently. I got to ride that into Aosta Valley with Aosta Freeride.
Okay.
And that was that was like one of those trails where you get to the bottom and you're just like, yes, I love biking. Sick. Really, really fun. Yeah.
Cool.
And it went all the way from like crazy high alpine and then through forests, and yeah, it was wicked. It was wicked. I don't ride. I've not like the Alps is truly amazing. When you hit a trail like that, it's like wow.
Yeah.
Proper big mountain through all the layers from grass and rock down to like woodland, down to like open pastures. I just think it's so cool. It's so alpine. Yeah.
So that's the trail of the month. Trail of the month.
And I can send you. Maybe I can send you the POV. You can do it for the YouTube channel.
I can do it if you got it.
I can do it. I've got it. It might reveal what bike I'm on though. But maybe we'll just crop it. So it'll just be loads of trees.
Make people sick, channel.
Hey, let's start Trail of the Month
next month with that fresh Glasgow trail. Yeah, the Glasgow trail.
Done.
Glasgow.
Yeah. So I quite like those segments. They're good.
Yeah, and I think if anyone's got any other ideas, I'd love to do the video thing. If someone could send a video in, that'd be nice. But we'll maybe get to that after a few episodes because, yeah. Adds a whole new element to trying to edit those in as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So after this Madeira trip, anyway, I've got a doorbell going.
We've got a guest.
Can I go and get it? Can we pause?
Yeah.
Should we actually pause, or should we just
carry on?
Just carry on, yeah.
But I'll just edit out unless it's someone exciting.
All right, done.
All right.
I think it might. I don't know what it is. Thanks, mate. There we go.
Package.
Yeah, it's a package.
Ooh, baby.
For George. Do you know what? Can we edit this out and I can go for a piss?
Yeah, of course. Do you want to just put your thing back in the thing, or am I watching it? I'm watching it, aren't I?
No, I'll put you in my pocket, but you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, great.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's piss. That's piss coming out of my willy.
Describe the colour.
Very clear because I drink so much water because I've had a head injury and I'm freaked out.
Very good. Get that water in that brain.
Do you know what annoys me is I know you're not going to edit this out because you think it's funny.
No, I might do. I'll probably.
I know you're not gonna, dude. I know you're not gonna. I know you're game. You'll get mum on. You'll be all sorts.
Back
in the room, dude.
A special guest. We need a special surprise guest. Uncle Willie.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
We're back. My apologies.
Okay. Feeling fresh.
Yeah. So I guess with the lockdown companion, we were doing like 3 top tips for lockdown. We could carry them on, couldn't we?
Yeah. I love a top tip.
It's not lockdown, but it's just like shit that you're watching or doing, or maybe make it 1 because I'm doing less normal things.
All right, we do 1. All right, what's your 1?
I can't. Do you know? I can't even think of one. But you go first. I'll try.
I'm reading a really good book at the moment.
Oh,
there you go. It's called Breathe, and it's by James Nestor, and it's all about breathing and how we don't breathe properly, and it's all about fixing ailments like depression, anxiety, autoimmune disease, everything really.
Is that Rude Boy? Is that Rude Boy that was on Rogan?
Yeah. I'm reading that, and then I'm going to do an episode with Matt McDuff where we're going to review the book and we're going to talk about the book.
Mate, wicked. Yeah. Well, good.
Coming soon. You heard it here first. New little mini series with Matt McDuff reviewing books. It's going to be
I'll tell you. Yeah, that sounds well good.
Yeah.
That podcast made me. So last night, I was saying I was struggling to sleep because I was thinking about traumatic head injury.
Yeah.
I was. That's my one technique for going to sleep is in through the nose, really slowly, out through the mouth.
Definitely.
And it's actually unreal how much it helps.
Yeah. And this book is basically all about breathing properly, about not mouth breathing, and how mouth breathing causes all sorts of inflammation and shit on your lungs and all that sort of stuff. So super interesting book, dude. I'm about
fucking interested. I can't work out what of it is woo woo, what of it is real, what of it is like not real, but like what of it is like negligible. Yeah. What is like really.
I think a lot of people do have issues though with breathing through the mouth and like having sleep apnea and it's really like there's a lot of studies in it for athletes. So about breathing through your nose and being able to control your breathing and keeping up like a hard cycle or whatever. And it's about those little breathing techniques. And I've been trying it actually. I've been like going riding and it's really hard at first because your body goes into an automatic breathing pattern where you do gasp through your mouth. But then you've got to overcome that and just use your nose and keep your mouth sort of closed.
It's like paddling a boat, isn't it? It's like paddling a boat really, really fast.
Yeah.
Or doing long strokes.
Definitely.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
Like.
But the breathing patterns are super interesting, man. Like, so interesting. And I do the same to sleep. 4 in, 8 out.
Really, wicked.
And you just drift off to sleep pretty easily.
Another little travel tip, actually. If you're ever travelling with someone who snores, what I used to
leave
do
them
was
at home.
Leaving them home. There you go. No, I used to pretend that the snoring was the ocean, lapping the shore. That's what I used to do.
That's tough. That's a hard sell.
It worked. No, it works. I'm telling you.
Really?
You just turn it into the sea, eyes closed, pretend.
Who's a bad
the sea.
snorer? Who stands out as a bad snorer?
Actually, no pro riders, but other people that I've travelled with lots. So,
right.
For instance, Matt Killick, head of sales at Upgrade Bikes. He's quite a snory guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe this book might help if he's listening. Buy the book, man. It'll help you sleep apnea and help me sleep better.
Tell you what also helps is getting a nose job, and I've had 2. And that's right. It doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, I've had 2 nose jobs. Look at that. Look quite bad at the minute.
From broken noses?
Yeah, from broken noses. From falling, again, on my face.
Yeah.
There's a theme. So
you've got nice, clear sinuses?
I do, yeah. Quite good.
Yeah.
And then my brother gets elbowed in the face for a living and doesn't. And he can barely breathe, and it's horrible, and it's how I used to be. And I'm trying to get him to get the operation because he's 100% eligible for it on the NHS.
Yeah.
But he's just like, dude, I just get elbowed in the face so much playing basketball.
Yeah.
There's no point. Then I'd just have a nose job and then have a broken nose again.
Yeah. I've been playing basketball a little bit, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
They built a basketball court on our road. So,
wicked.
Yeah, 2 minutes walk away from my house. It's only a bit shitty, but it's really hard. Basketball's really, really hard. It's way harder than it looks. It's one of those sports. So it's like, I remember when we first bought, me and my mate James, we bought American football, and you go to throw it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's really difficult. It takes years to be able to do it properly. And basketball's one of those for me. I sort of look at it and I'm just like, throw a ball in, oop. Nah.
I played basketball a while back with a couple of friends who are bike riders, and I actually used to play. I used to be really okay.
Yeah.
I'm not bad at basketball, but we're all kind of we're missing a lot. And then my brothers turned up, the bully boys, and honestly I haven't played basketball with them since we were kids.
Yeah.
And it is shocking, like at a professional level, how lame and pathetic you feel. They're both just there with their shirts off, dunking, and then just you see like the 3-point percentage is just fucking insane. When you forget when you're really good at something, you're really, really good at something.
It's only when you get around other people who really aren't good at something that you realise.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite good at this.
I'm okay at basketball, and then you see someone at a professional level, and you just see how much because obviously getting it in is actually really easy for them. It's getting them in traffic with other people around.
Yeah.
But it's just,
totally.
so just if my brother's just shooting threes, it's like such a crazy high percentage.
Yeah.
Like he shoots free throws. He shoots 50 out of 50. Like think how hard it is to get 50 out of 50 in from the free throw line. From the foul line.
Very difficult. But me and my buddy played like one-on-one the other day, and adding that extra element of someone trying to block you. Yeah, real difficult, mate. Really, really difficult.
Really different, huh?
Really, really different.
Davey, next time you're playing ball, shoot 50 free throws.
Okay. All right.
Let's see what number you got, and I'll do the same.
Okay, all right, deal. All right, I'll do it this weekend. I'll go and throw 53 throws. How far away? Because we don't have any lines. Do you know how far away?
I wouldn't know. How far is a free throw line?
And I'll just mark it out. Do you know what I mean? I'll mark it out. And I'll go for it, man. Do I have to video? Probably will, and then speed it up.
It's 15.1 feet.
15.1
NBA,
feet.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go line it up, mate, and I'll go throw 50.
Yeah, and that's from the back. That's from the backboard,
Yeah. Yeah, underneath the thing.
Yeah, underneath the backboard, not where the pole is. That's
Yeah.
because the pole is quite often like quite a long
further
way
back. Yeah. Right.
So Henry Wilkins comes in with the 50 free throw challenge of 50, and next up it's Davy and Ollie.
Let's
This
go.
is going to be miserable.
It's going to be rough. I reckon if I were going to guess, I'm going to say I'm going to get 10%. I'm going to get 5. I'm going to get 5 in.
5 in?
Yeah. Is that right? That's 10, isn't it? That's 10.
I'd like to think you get more just from, I'd like to think you get more than 5 out of 50, dude. You got this. I believe in you. Positive mental attitude. Breathe. Right. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Chill. You got it.
6 to 10. In 6 to 10. That's what I'm going to go
6 to 10. Nice.
All right. Okay, I got it. 50 free throws. If anyone else wants a game, go for it.
I like to think I've got 51, but I don't know. It's going to be appalling, I know.
What? Before we wrap up, what have we got going on? What's coming up? So you got Madeira. Yeah. I see an Audi 9s is on. Are you not heading there?
No, not going to Audi 9s. I'm Focus is no longer sponsoring that, so I don't get the invite as often as I post, which is probably a good thing because I don't do millions of tricks, and it's amazing watching all people do millions of tricks, and not just some guy doing one backflip and a couple of whips. Let's be honest. So I'm looking forward to Audi 9s. Look forward to watching that. But after this Madeira trip, I then go to Freiburg in Germany for the launch of the secret bike that I'm not telling you about.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
can't believe Focus have made a bloody penny farthing. It's going to be 60 and you do some stuff.
Dude, you're fucking it up, dude. Stop fucking it up.
That's a proper mullet bike, eh?
Yeah, penny farthing is a true mullet.
True mullet. Okay.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah. We're going to blow a secret, but it's actually 24 front, 29 rear, the new bike. But that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. Some strange riding coming out on that thing, I reckon. Switzerland Squeaker might be a little easier.
Yeah, it might be good. The cool thing is you can ride flat trails and they feel like a downhill run. That's good.
Classic.
What you got coming up?
Me?
So you've got your book review with Matt.
Yeah.
What other guests you got going on? Because this is cool. We can talk about this now. Because previously it was just relentless, week in, week out lockdown companionship.
I got
whereas now you've got other people lined up.
Yeah, I got our boy. Not really, actually, dude. One of the cool things about this whole podcast is I don't really plan it too much. I just wait and see what comes up. Antoine Bizet.
Wicked.
Yeah, we're going to lay something down with Antoine pretty soon. And then just trying to look through my messages right now, see who I've been talking to. I think for right now that's all I've really got in the pipeline is this Matt, Wicked, Antoine, and
let's get Stu on for one of these episodes. That'd be cool.
Definitely, dude. We'll do that for the next one.
Let's do it for the next one. Let's pencil it in.
We'll get Stu in, and then what's happening with? I know what I want to ask you. The Brendog. Episode 4.
Berm to Berm. So we've filmed on it, and then we got nailed by wind and by a few other issues. So I think we've got another day's filming on it to get it done. But it's sick. I'm looking forward to. That'll be a sick one for POV of the week or whatever. Trail of. Yeah.
That is Trail of the Week. It could be in the running for Trail of the Year. Do you reckon?
It could be. We can do Trail of the Year as well. Yes. Brilliant. That's a good point. That's still going ahead, so I've still got to do that. The dogs had a kid. The dogs reproduced.
Yeah, the dogs had a kid and bought a barking car too, right?
He didn't buy that. No, he's been lent that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, but that's insane. That car
looks fucking sick. It looks so good.
What is it? It's a Q
something. 6.
Dude, how crap am I? It's just never. It's not a car that's remotely on my radar.
No.
But the not to say it's not fantastic, but it's like the SUV one, the Q, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's got the mental engine. It's the most expensive Audi other than the R8.
Is it?
So it's more expensive than like a
RS6 or something. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, looks cool, man. So he's been lent that, has he? That's nice.
Yeah, we've been doing launches in that.
Yeah.
And I did a launch with his dog Papu on my lap. I wasn't driving. Bren was driving, and the dog squished against me with her paws in the air.
Need some dash cam footage of that. That's cool.
Yeah, it'd make a really good. We said that it'd make a really good video. So yeah, we went for driving that. It's actually mental, that car.
Is it? It looks it.
Yeah, because like, what is it for? It's like essentially a family car. If you
get into school really quickly. That's literally what it is.
Dude, it's a family car, and then on the dash, it's got how many G's you're pulling.
Yeah. Like, and the kids are in the back seat just like...
0 to 60
Dad!
in 3 seconds something. It's like absolutely mental, yeah.
Yeah. So opposite to what you drive.
Oh man.
So opposite. You should do a race, that'd be so good.
The race would be insane. I don't think I've got a 0 to 60 time on flat ground.
still going.
There is a 0 to 60. Let's look it up actually.
Of the G wagon.
What is it? Yeah, 300 GD 0 to 60 time. I'm pretty sure it is. We're coming in at a neat 22 seconds.
It's 2 junctions on the
Audi. M1. Audi does it in 3. What on earth?
Oh dear.
That is funny, isn't it?
It is. That's pretty remarkable. 3 seconds. Yeah. That's classic.
22 seconds, dude. Are you serious?
Jeez, that is fast. I mean,
22 seconds.
Real slow. Yeah. How long's he got the Audi for? Do you know?
I don't know. No, I don't know. Not for long, I don't think. It's essentially like a demo, but he's got some link with Audi, which is cool.
Yeah, it is. That's neat.
But Bren's into those cars. It's not that he'd ever buy it, but he's like, he's always been into fast things.
Yeah. Sick.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, man. Well, I reckon that's it. Do you?
Yeah, realistically, that's it. Yeah. How long have we been going?
Speak to you in a month,
man. It feels like that's sad, dude.
135. 135. We can
always... what I can tell you, by the way, before we leave, is that I am positively negative.
Oh yeah, you did. How was the test, by the way?
Yeah, the test was very weird indeed. It's a good thing to talk about, isn't it? Even though we said we weren't going to talk about COVID-19.
Well, we started, so let's finish with it.
Yeah, I cruised in. It's like a military operation. It's one of the NHS drive-in centres. You have to book an appointment.
Yeah.
So I drove in. I have to have the windows up. It's like, obviously, those people are, I guess, like frontline workers, because a lot of the people they'll test have symptoms, I guess. I guess that's the main reason you go to one of the tests.
Yeah, because you've got symptoms. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have symptoms, but I'm travelling, so I have to prove that I don't have it.
Right.
Which all seems.
Have you had to show this document then, or?
I will do when I land in Madeira. Yeah.
Otherwise, so far you haven't.
No, I've got the document, but it's only of interest when I land.
Right.
Otherwise, they test you there and then, and you have to wait in your hotel for 12 hours.
Okay. Right.
Pretty
nuts. Because that is
a
thing, isn't it? Like you could have got it. You could get it, I think, between getting the test and going to Madeira.
So it's completely stupid, but
yeah. But you've done it.
I guess it's just a measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've done that. So
what
do they do? What do they do?
Yeah. So you do down the throat. Down the throat, he said I was in the top 2% of guys that don't gag, and a number of different jokes that I wanted to make, and I had to hold my breath. Yeah, kind of good. I mean, for all the gay listeners out there, it's probably made me a little bit cooler. But so I didn't gag, and then he does it down the nose, which is deeply uncomfortable. That made me sneeze.
Did it?
It has to go in so deep down your throat and down your nose in order to get where the clusters are of the virus.
Right.
And I was listening to my girlfriend talk about it with her dad, who's a GP, and like they say that a lot of the false negatives come back, or whatever it is, the incorrect results come back because they're not swabbing deep enough, because it all populates really quite far in.
Right. Wow.
So if it's not uncomfortable, they're not doing it right, basically. I can tell you, mine was very
some of them are just in the nose. I was just watching the NFL do this Hard Knocks show every year, where they go to like a football team and they follow them through training camp. Now, obviously, most of this has been about coronavirus, but they were just doing literally just inside the nose, just in.
Really?
Do a little whip around 5 times, done. Maybe.
How interesting.
But maybe we don't have that technology over here yet. I don't know, but that's all they were doing.
I don't know. Cause it's like, I think that's just shit. Because basically, all you're trying to do is make the because the window where it will show up just from your, like, if you coughed in your hand and tested what was in your hand, that's a very, very narrow window. Whereas the window where you're spreading it is wider, from what I understand.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. So, in order to do it properly, it has to be the death one, I think.
Right down the old throat, is it? No
right
gag
down
reflex.
there.
How big was the thing then? Were we talking
No
that you didn't gag on?
No gag for me. It's quite long. It was very small, but quite long. And I was just taking it like a champ.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I took it like a champ. I made eye contact as well.
Beautiful.
Like, a little bit flirty, did a little wink.
Hell of a moment. And he just had a mask on.
Yeah, we really shared a moment.
Yeah.
No, it was weird, though, because you have to do all of the talking through the window, which is very strange. And then there's just one member of staff actually comes into contact with you. Fuck, it's all so crazy, isn't it? All shit that I would have never thought about before all this happened.
I know.
Yeah.
You got windy windows in the G-Wag?
I got windy windows in the G-Wag. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. One of the
That's
dudes
rare.
there that was like showing me around knocked on the window and said he liked the car. So I was pretty pumped. One of the COVID-19 workers were a fan.
Yeah.
Good.
Fucking hell. So then you got to take that document around with you just to make sure.
Yeah.
You have to do it when you come back then?
Text on my phone. No.
Right.
It's only for quarantine in Madeira. Yeah. Because
Wow.
Madeira isn't deemed a sketchy zone.
Is it not?
Portugal is, but Madeira isn't.
Right. Strange, man.
I mean, all of it's mad because all of the testing is like Madeira could not be a sketchy zone because they just don't test. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How are you finding out about it too? Is it pretty obvious, like when you book a flight? How does it? Or are you having to research?
Thankfully, Free Ride Madeira told us.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't really research all that much, if I'm honest.
No.
In life.
No.
So I would have been clueless otherwise.
Just chairs, bins, and trucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So well, at least if it saves 12 hours, hopefully it will.
Yeah.
If not, maybe we'll do another little bonus episode from my 12-hour short quarantine in Madeira.
That'd be so funny. That would be genius, mate.
Yeah.
That would be
Wicked.
so good. Cool.
That
well,
would be good.
Where's
Actually,
Ollie?
yeah,
Episode. Go on. I keep trying to wrap up, mate, but
no, it's all good. But that could bolt onto the end of this. If I get tested and quarantined in Madeira, then there's a bonus extra bit that's going to happen just after this.
yeah, we'll put it out.
But for now, let's peace out. It's been the first episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, where's Ollie? Episode 1, mate. Fucking awesome. Thank you
Wicked.
so much, everyone, as well, for reaching out and maybe suggesting that we do this, I guess. Yeah, thank you as well to the guys who made all this stuff happen. Focus have been amazing. Big shout out to Mo. Primeval for doing the artwork. We got DJ
Stuart White. DJ name, yeah.
DJ Stuart
episode.
White.
Yeah.
For doing the intro music, which is genius.
And
anyone else?
every single person that listened to us talk shite for however many months on the lockdown companion.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, they reached out. They wanted something else. So hopefully you're not too disappointed in what we've come up with, which...
Yeah, totally.
In my opinion, should be quite fun. Once a month, 23rd of every month.
Done.
It comes out.
Looking forward to it. And hopefully next episode, I want to have a giant methy looking scab on my face.
Yeah, hopefully, and we can talk about more things too that you've been doing because it's not a secret. So that'll be nice. Not that we've really struggled with this one again, have we? Really, let's be honest. We're at an hour and 40 minutes of utter waffle.
Flies by. Utter, what's it called? Waffle, where you stomp your shit down a thingy.
That's what we talk is waffle stomping.
Waffle stomp. Waffle stomping.
Waffle spreading, stomping mess. So cool. All right, man. Well, that's it.
Nice one, Davey.
It's been a blast. Peace.
Peace.
Cool. All right.